What's up? What's up? What's up, people? Welcome to Sunday edition of Blunt Talk NOLA. I am your host, P. Dot, on the spot.
Shout y'all 17.
Got Jason in the building.
And once again, we are Blunt Talk NOLA. For today's Sunday discussion, we're gonna run a part two to the Malcolm Jamal Warner's passing. It's still the same question: was it an accident or was it something else? We got a lot of uh, conjecture, speculation, rumors. But for the most part, a lot of the big name celebrities are saying the same thing. People who were close to him are saying, you know, that he turned down big deals and that's something you don't do and all of those things. But we're going to talk about that a little bit more after we do our end of the news. And for the most part, we just gonna keep it 100. We're gonna give it to you how we perceive the information and roll on from there. So first things first, let's get this end of the news out of the way. And I got one. I need to line it up for y'all right quick. Let me get that going. And this is just something to talk about. I want y'all to ask yourself if y'all think what this man is saying is of any type of value. Like for what he did versus what was happening to him, do y'all think he was right? And so I'm gonna play the video and then I'll get y'all take on it. So here we go.
Okay,
All
doke.
right.
That not any way, shape, or form my make it go. I want to plead guilty to what I've been trying to do for the last 3 months. I did it. I stabbed the girl. She had it coming. She was poisoning me. There ain't nothing crazy about that. They're real. Most of the time, Your Honor, people are trying to get out of going to prison, acting crazy. I'm the opposite. I am not.
Nah, did y'all hear what was going on? You need me to play it again?
Uh-uh.
Buddy boy said, I am not crazy. I'm not trying to get
She was
out of prison
poisoning me.
with. Yeah, she was poisoning him, so he stabbed her. Like, was he wrong or was there? Do y'all think that the way he handled it should have been handled differently, or do y'all think something else?
As far as what? Him being locked up already or him killing her ass?
Him killing her. Like, do y'all think he could have
It's a
handled the
lot that
situation
happened.
differently?
Yeah, you could
Because
have
I'm like,
always handled it different. Does the means justify,
the end, right?
uh, uh, it all depends on who telling. I would love to hear more of the story, like just to get another grasp of what led him into, what I'm saying, raging out like that. Is never a real excuse to like stab a woman. What I'm saying? But
Hmm.
still in all, I would, well, not all, I'm saying not but, and I would still love to hear the rest of the story just so people could get an insight, man, on how to treat fucking people, bro. To know what you into and you digging in these situations. Cause Ron went for it all. That nigga went for a touchdown, bro. That nigga's, yeah,
Come in
bro,
the courtroom telling you, look,
and
I've
ready
been
and
trying
ready
to
to lay
plead
down.
guilty to this shit.
Yeah,
Look, yeah, like he come in the door saying, look, I'm not crazy. I've been trying to plead guilty to this shit for the last 3 months. So what's up with the court that they rather waste taxpayer time and money when the man had already said, look, I'm guilty. I've been trying to plead guilty for the last 3 months. I stabbed her because she been trying to well, she was poisoning me, right? So me personally, knowing what he said, if you knew she was trying to poison you, why you ain't call the police and try to have her set up private cameras in the house? Set up something to where you catch her in the act. That way it be her going lay down instead of you. But man, I saw some shit the other day, kind of make you think, man, is these judges truly fair and impartial, you know. But that was all I had for in other news because I just wanted to play that right quick. That way, I get y'all take on it because I thought that was kind of interesting that Buddy Boy just walked in the courtroom saying that, yeah, look, I've been trying to plead guilty to this for the last 3 months, and apparently they must be stopping it, citing that, oh, he crazy. He got to be crazy.
Yeah, I think that's
No,
what I had the problem with the due process and how he really spilled the beans on their ass about the whole case and them trying to drag it on as if it need to be on the ID channel and shit. They do shit like that too, y'all. Y'all got to think about that too. Like at the same time, them motherfuckers like they play them little games so they could be a part of the soap opera with these channels and shit. A lot of these channels are connected to uh these government agencies, so it go like that too. And like the man was just saying, bro, if a man telling you, I did it, yeah, I pleaded guilty. So what is the due process that's put forward when the man is telling you, admitting really that he did everything he said, versus him saying he's not guilty and what's going on what y'all doing right now so far, and what is that due process? What both of those things look like, and does it match what this fucking man is telling y'all? And I don't think it does. I think they tried to drag it out, but I think by him, what I'm saying, really coming out like that, you can't hide from the
you
people
can't
no
hide
more with
from
the shit, because
right.
media goes both ways now. So once they get out like that, and the man speaking out like that, people gonna wonder the same thing. So it's another case of our judicial system just
Judicial
showing
system.
negligence, though. Yeah, they negligent. They negligent.
Right, especially if he come in the gate,
Yeah,
out the gate,
anything to say
so
on
to
that, John?
speak. If you're talking, you're not on, bro. You here, but you're not on. But I'm looking at it like if he been saying that from the start of the trial, like, hey, no need to go no further. I'm guilty. I did it. I'm not pleading insanity. I'm not this. I'm not that. I did it. Let's get this over with. Find me guilty. Give me my time. Let me go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Because he might wind up catching, a charge for a little bit. They might give him a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, like you say, it's just negligence. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and line you in other news up, man, because I think we about ready for that one, because that one is a good one, and I want to talk about that one because I remember that one. Where is that? Wait, oh, here it is. Let me go ahead and pull this one on down and get yours on up there.
Video doing things that clearly are
Yeah, I thought this was interesting.
inappropriate,
How much stuff he
and
was able to
illegal.
do was the interesting part.
Once
Right.
a leader at the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, today, though, a disgraced sergeant taken away in handcuffs.
Former Sergeant Kenan Menon learning his fate after a contentious court battle involving child sex abuse material, unlawful arrest, and more. We thank you for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm David Charnes.
I'm Denise
Of black
Valdez, the
people.
8 News Now
You know they can't say it
investigators
like that,
first to
y'all.
report from
But it was
Menon's
niggas he was
sentencing
arresting.
They don't
today.
want to
Vanessa
say it
Murphy
like
was
that,
there
right?
with much more on the pretty unusual moment.
That's the weird part too. Why you don't want to say it the way it's supposed to
Kevin
be?
Menon, once a decorated of Metro
It's not.
Police Sergeant,
And they
now
don't want
heading
this
to
shit to
prison
look
for
racist.
4 to 10 years for illegal arrests on the Las Vegas Strip and child sex crimes. His criminal cases have had many twists and turns. Menon claiming his fellow officers set him up. Menon saying he's accepting responsibility through a plea deal, but not admitting to committing the crimes in court. And 2 women identified as victims insisting they are not victims.
I take responsibility for these allegations. For any harm I've done, I beg for forgiveness.
Disgraced Las Vegas Metro Police Sergeant Kevin Menon breaks his silence moments before being taken away in handcuffs Monday. His wife and sister-in-law in tears.
This experience has been a deeply personal living nightmare. I am not a victim of my husband. I am a victim of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
In his most recent case, Metro Police say Menon installed cameras in his private bathroom to watch both women use the restroom. That's after his electronic devices like his laptops were taken away. For his second case, police say they found numerous images of child sexual abuse material. And it all started with the first case, where he's accused of leading a team of officers on the Las Vegas Strip, creating fake scenarios to target mainly black men and arrest them. Prosecutors say Menon abused his power even against a fellow officer he shoved. Menon claiming he tried to report racism within the department and was retaliated against. Clark County District Court Judge Ron Israel says the evidence shows otherwise, also expressing frustration with Menon's lack of remorse and disgust at the images detectives found.
Indian or some shit, half Indian or something, y'all. Ain't that racism shit crazy? He ain't even much a white Aryan.
People in Russia
Look at him.
to take horrific advantage of
Jewish.
children.
You look like Middle East.
News Now investigators Menon separated from the department in June. Monday marks the conclusion of 3 contentious court battles. We spoke with attorneys from both sides.
This was a very difficult case to negotiate. It made no sense to negotiate just one of the 3 cases. We wanted a global resolution.
Are 4 to 10 years enough?
I was trying to strike a balance. On
4 to
one
10
level,
years.
I think some people could look at it and go, no, that's not enough.
A monster, yeah.
Right? And that's a fair criticism. But at the end of the day, when I've ensured
Supposed to
that
have
he
hate
has
crimes and
pled
everything on that
to
shit.
every single type of crime he committed in all 3 of his cases, and he's stipulated to prison time, he is becoming a registered sex offender, which he'll never be able to shed. He'll wear that label for the rest of his life.
Menon would likely be a target in prison for 1 being a police officer, for 2 identified as a child sex predator. His attorney is making an effort to get him moved to a prison outside of Nevada.
Poor baby. You hear this?
Reporting in downtown Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy.
But Pete, you notice they didn't see anything.
Menon previously made an effort to have that same judge removed from his cases overseeing those cases.
About
the
that
chief
nigga
judge,
talking
though,
to black
reviewed that
people and
request
arresting him.
and kept him in place.
There was no charges for that. Not one thing. They mentioned, oh yeah, he gonna be on a sex offender thing, and he gonna be doing this with that. But what about him targeting so-called black people? What the fuck?
Drawing up fake charges, a fake scenario,
hate crime and all kind of shit, bro. And that's the shit they cover up too, bro. When it comes to say racism, because they don't want it. They don't want this rhetoric to act where they don't want us to believe that this shit still exists. But they do shit like this, then it's supposed to. Yeah. You know.
You clearly see that, and if I'm remembering correctly, we just did an end of the news segment on the same person. What, about 4 months ago? Because we caught that one while it was hot, and so like, yo, you just walking up on people who in the mall, walking along the mall strip, just shopping, minding their business, not bothering nobody, walking as a group of 2. I remember that. It was like 4 black dudes. They just was walking, looked like they just come from out a little store shop. And you run up on them, talk about, what y'all doing, this, that, and other. Like, hey, man, look, we ain't doing nothing, bro. We ain't bothering nobody. Yeah, well, we got complaints of this and this and this. that's a common tactic that I've been seeing with not just the police across the United States, not just the police, in our city. They've been doing that shit. Just coming up with shit. Oh well, we got reports of the fuck. How you get reports of me just walking down the street? Reports of an individual matching your description. What would they say I had on? Show me the report.
Yeah, this behavior is that type of behavior is dangerous, especially with people with power protecting it the way they do, bro. It's 4 to 10 years, bro. That is crazy work. That's why I say you should have had them fucking them hate crime charges on you too, so they could give you a extended fucking stay, nigga. You need to be
right
in the days in for a little longer, player. That shit is
and
crazy.
if not
bro.
that,
But
if
he
not
did
that,
the
the
dirt.
DOJ should have stepped
so
in.
it's like a slap on the wrist. Yeah, a lot of people, even the media themselves, should have stepped in to put pressure on Vegas and them to do more about that, bro. But they coddle these police, bro, because I don't know why specifically, but my thought is that is somebody is a part of something, they're a part of something where they have to talk like this and do all this PR for this shit, knowing that it's more to the story, knowing that you did more damage than you actually did, and it affects people in your city. And that's what
then on top of that,
too, bro. When it come to
what
us,
the
though, it's
court's
just
gonna do about all the people that have been arrested? What is the state attorney gonna do about all the people who's gonna been arrested? Right, on trumped up charges. Not to mention, y'all highlighting him. What about all the other officers who participated in the flim flam, knowing that these were trumped up charges?
Right. But look, Pete, you forgot how he got caught. You remember?
He was a sergeant, and they caught it on body cam as well as.
What's the main thing how you got caught? Because that's why I cut you off right there.
I think one of the officers snitched on him.
All of them.
I can't remember
the whole game.
Oh, they turned on him.
Click. They ratted on this. That's what I'm about to say. Before you go too far hard on them, nigga, that's how his ass got caught.
The thing is, y'all,
whole unit ratted on him. So I guess they got tired of it, in whatever things that they need to go through. I feel you on that. They're gonna give them merit because they probably go. Matter of fact, they probably get more slander from ratting him out. Just how they rock with that shit, bro. That shit like a gang, Pete. That shit like a fraternity, bro. So it is. See, them dudes gonna get more backlash than anything. To me, to be honest with you, just really looking at it from that perspective, I know them dudes probably have to do whatever they have to do, on that end, like you said, they should have came for early or whatever, just to spread awareness. But bruh, you know how it is when you're in a fraternity as well. You go along with your brothers and you go along with what's going on or whatever y'all into. And that's just what it is. You don't go against this and you don't go against that. That's the mentality, even though it's wrong. So, that should be in the factor too. That's why I stopped it right there, because it's like not to stop you from finishing your point, but to stop you to be like, wait, you hold up now. Remember that the whole unit hit on his ass, so you gotta give him some credit for at least, because we don't know how long this shit could have been still going on if everybody go along with it, right? I mean, that's the whole squad. Who's gonna say the whole squad line versus the whole squad saying he lying? That one versus the many, that shit weighs out, bro. Right or wrong, and that's the fucked up part about when people do evil shit. They know that the crowd can get people to believe your fucked up way of living or the fucked up way of life by just having a majority vote. It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. Indian motherfucker too. See?
The other part about that situation is Yeah, y'all dimed him out. But
Yeah, he
who's
was
to
freaking
say
too.
any of the arrests that you all have made were by the book,
Probably,
right?
probably,
Because
probably not.
y'all,
Yeah,
right?
because he was a
Y'all
part of their squad.
already,
Probably not, dog.
right, right? Because y'all was
I think that's what them dudes
participating.
was probably saying though too. I think that's what they trying to say too. It's like, wait, hold up, this shit it started becoming repetitive of, I guess, of them, keep doing these deeds and shit and keep doing these same things, not having knowledge of it, but who did have actual knowledge of it, that could be weeded out too. Because I don't believe the whole squadron didn't know, but I'm pretty sure it was
The
most of the
mu-
majority who didn't
yeah,
know and found out just by the pattern of shit was going on. People remember he was doing this shit for a little minute. And that's all I'm
yep.
arresting with you, nigga. When I'm with you, all I'm arresting is niggas. That's
All
gonna
I'm
become a
harassing
you
is
see what I'm
nigga.
saying? Like,
All I'm,
yeah,
all I'm
like
looking
they the
for is
ones doing
nigga,
this shit. This shit
nigga,
crazy. I
nigga,
come
nigga.
these niggas showing me shit. My people done showed me that you
You
on
like
this
racially
website where
profiled?
they not only that, look, he got motherfuckers beating on churn in his phone, B. Like he into that
Oh,
type of shit. That's what I'm saying. He into that
yeah, that's
sadistic
crazy.
shit. That's what the lady was saying. That's what he got. It was child abuse videos in his phone. That what they got too. When you were talking about the phone, that's the type of shit that nigga is. So I was putting all that together too at the same time. I'm like, man, this motherfucker is sick,
Wait,
bro.
not just to mention that the nigga put
He was on
cameras
some
in the
other shit.
bathroom spying on his wife
Yes,
and
thank
sister-in-law. Like, nigga,
yes,
what kind of
everybody,
freak
nigga.
shit you
He
think
won't
happening
see it
while you?
all.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I want to
I
see
could see
it
if you
all.
say you really didn't
Put
believe
my
that was
yarmulke
her
on.
sister, right? I could see if you
Yeah,
say
you
you
could
really
see
didn't
it.
believe
He
that was her
could.
sister because the sister
That's your
living there,
bathroom.
right?
Whatever,
That's
nigga.
the
Yeah.
but to put cameras in the bathroom and in the bathroom
In
only,
the toilet,
why
nigga.
you
I was about to say in
right over the toilet in the tub, just overlooking the toilet, the tub, and the sink. Not nowhere else in the house. Not
man,
nowhere
you a
else in the
freak,
house.
man.
You was doing a
Man, you a
whole lot
freak.
more than being suspectful of what was going on in your house.
Yeah.
And then they say even on the computer, they caught hundreds of child pornographic images. So not
All
only
kind
was
of shit.
you
Know what
into
I'm
watching children
Yes.
getting beat, you was saving the shit.
Yes.
Come on,
He was
man.
into children S&M, BDSM and all that. Yes, he was into that type of shit. Like that's what I was putting together, bro. And you got to think about somebody with that type of mind frame, bro. They prey on uh they prey on prey, put it like that, on things that they look at as prey, and they like to torture and play with it first before they go in for the kill. He gave me that when I heard that's what he was into and what kind of shit he was doing.
Right.
Now, how many niggas he done killed, P? That he done got? You
Ooh.
think?
How many officers involved shooting?
Mm.
Oh, he had a gun. So I shot him.
Yeah, shot in their
It's a
back
legit
and all
shoot.
kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
all kind
guns
of
you done
shit.
planted on people?
So,
How many drugs you done planted on people? And
how
then
many
you a
drugs you done
sergeant.
planted on people? It's so
Cause
many cases. Yeah, it's tore
some of
up.
them
It's
some of
tore
them
up.
videos that I done seen of this dude, he ain't never had a body cam on. So who's to say any of his arrests were by the book? Especially being that you were racially profiling people. I ain't heard him talk about him racially profiling or stopping non people of color like that. You know? So the big thing is, nigga, your whole tenure as sergeant, officer, or whatever is up for scrutiny. That means everything you done ever did
Yeah,
as a
that's what they were
police officer
saying.
ought to be brought up.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah,
because
they gotta bring the
that
people in, bro. This shit, internal affairs and everything. P is involved with this shit now, dog.
and that's gonna
Internal
be a
affairs and
long,
everything.
lengthy
Everything you
process.
saying right now, yes, it is. But at the same time, this is a good leaping start to figure out what's going on by having everything that they have on him. See, they gotta understand, bro. These people is really into that cyber and the IT shit right now. I'm talking about the government agencies. So a lot of this stuff is becoming the popular shit now. Not the lethal weapon 007 shit that you go on the street and running, blowing up cars and go and get the dope dealer. You see what I'm saying? That type of mentality and police work is getting the fuck out of here, bitch. And they
The
catching
real
people
police work.
these. Not, I ain't gonna say real. I'm gonna say behind the death shit is more relevant because of how times change, and the more deaths behind the deaths type shit is getting more people caught by the motherfuckers who do the physical work that need something to fucking do. They ain't just sitting there twiddling their thumbs playing with a grenade and shit. And
Like on the
training
last sawing grenades
and
in
wind
half
up
and
blowing
shit.
and wind up shoot your goddamn selves and shit. You know, I'm just saying, like it all shows itself once shit happens and time progresses and they be worrying about humans, but technology, those are the things that evolve, bro. People's mentality, those are the things that really actually evolve. How to get away with shit, being a predator, that evolves. We could look at God's creations and understand that type of stuff. Yeah, though. Certain animals is made just to get their food a certain way. They look that way because that's how they gotta eat. So just those type of things, we tend to get kind of caught up in a cartoon world of it. Like we just gonna change it and just grow wings. No, that's not how this works. Your mind is your evolution. This is what keeps that going, and I think that's what people got to start focusing on, because that's what's happening. PD, they finding them through the tech shit. Oh, this nigga don't think we can find these old ass threads of him with all this shit in his phone and shit. Oh, let me get that phone, player. Let me get that address. Chip him in. Oh, we got everything. Oh,
we got
Lord,
the IP address. We got everything. And I don't think motherfucker understand that them IP addresses, that shit don't change. Like, talk about it. The longer you had that device, the longer you got that IP address.
You gotta know what you're doing, bro. And the average motherfucker who just trying to get over on some shit, they not paying attention to shit like that. Just for instance, like how they used to just do regular shit, right? If you didn't know not to wear a mask when you go do a robbery, or you didn't know that they had forensic DNA to get your motherfucking fingerprints off a gun, you probably wouldn't care that you done left the gun, would you? Oh man, they don't know that's my gun. I got the serial number scratched off. Oh, they got this thing that they created called forensic. You see what I'm saying? The evolving of information, the evolving of how to, do shit different, dog. That's the real shit. And I think that's where that's going. And I think that's why he got caught up so bad the way he caught up. The information that they got on him, bro, it's up to the people to take it serious with they old ass. You see what I'm saying? Our judicial system in them is behind. They still watching, John Wayne and them and shit, dog. Like it's
They too old to be on the bench.
Movies, but goddamn, y'all still, bro. These people.
You still living in country western days. We living in the Jackson
killing thousands of people, bro, without even holding a gun. These people, they learn how to kill thousands of people, or take money from thousands of people, and ruin their lives without even going to house to extort them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. The push of a button.
Through this technology, push of a motherfucking button.
The push of a button can do a whole lot of things. It could start a war. It could end a war. It could take money. It can give money. It can cause a motherfucker to lose their life. It could cause a motherfucker to save a life. It all depends on who's behind the button. Shit. These motherfuckers here, bro. And I'm telling you, it's a wonder that I still don't understand why. And I said this a while back. If they got all these police issued this, police issued that, why the fuck we not tracking them through their phone? Why the fuck are we not tracking them through their movement as officers? If you give them a government issued phone that track their text messages, track their phone calls, even their personal phone. If you go in the store and they say, hey, what's your name? What's this? And the government see that you done bought this phone, why the government not tracking it? You want to track the civilians, you want to track the people you suspect as terrorists, but you're not tracking the people that's actually out here with badges and guns that's doing illegal shit, right? According to the Patriot Act, the government now has the ability to use NSA, DOJ, FBI, CIA at their disposal to track, monitor, and record everything that is said and done. Okay, so why aren't you using that same technology to catch the criminals that work within law enforcement? That would make much more sense, right? Because you could damn well believe a lot of the people that's in law enforcement is helping the criminals on the street. So that's just my, not just wait
Yeah, that's
until,
all I had for that.
not, and I'm saying this, not just wait on a motherfucker to do something. The minute you see a police officer doing something they ain't got no business, they should be arrested and brought up on fucking charges. Because if you're telling me that the technological advancements allow you to activate, listen to, and watch whatever is on anybody's cell phone and or audio, as well as read their text messages and record their phone calls, then you definitely have evidence of all misdeeds and illegal anything by anybody through their cell phone, whether it be a burner or not. Because if you could, what that is, that movie with Will Smith and Gene Shatner, Enemy of the State, they was able to track these people by using a satellite and hacking cameras. So you telling me that shit not real, but that shit is real, but you not using it for what you supposed to be using it for?
Yeah, that was a good movie too. I remember that. I just thought.
Yeah. Because when you think about stuff like this, that definitely says that's what okay, motherfucker, why you not doing like you did on Enemy of the State? Fuck, let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about aliens and all that shit. Let's talk about what's happening down here. Fuck what's happening up there, because they haven't came down here yet.
Oh, I'm
They
glad you
just
said
flying
that.
by.
Did you hear? I'm glad you said that. Did you hear that? What NASA said that's going to be happening in November?
No.
You hear anything about NASA? Yeah, NASA said we about to have some guests from
Really?
another planet, and they're gonna be they're gonna look like 7-foot Afro Americans.
Really now? So we got guests from other planets
Big
that's
old
about to come down here looking like
that's about to
Shaq.
come in November, looking like Shaq and them. Yeah, Mutombo and them. Yeah, that what
Or
they said.
the Yao Mings of outer space. So what they plan on doing?
No,
They
the
gonna throw a
nigga
party?
mean, not the y'all mean, the nigga mean. They supposed to look like us. We Afro Americans. That's what they said in the NASA.
So what they coming to get us? Look, are they coming to get us, or are they coming to shoo some people away?
That's what some people saying. Some people ready to throw their children away and everything, asking do they got space to take them and all that. Yeah, it's all over TikTok and stuff. That's why I said I gotta get on that.
Oh man,
that Blunt Talk Nola TikTok. Yeah, it's been out here for a little bit. I think they did that last month.
Whoa, what up, DD?
7 foot DD 504. Some 7 foot black people supposed to be coming to the earth. They didn't say if they were friend or foe type. I'm assuming how they wrote.
That's supposed to be the Anunnaki.
The article.
That's what they gonna call it.
It's supposed to be all kind of stuff. It's supposed to be everybody. It's supposed to be the Israelite people. It's supposed to be. Just think about it, bro. It's supposed to be everybody that we've been hearing. Hey, bro. I'm just saying, bro. It could be a lot of people. That's all I mean by that.
I mean, if that is true, if that is really, really true, then I would suspect that they're coming down here to clean house, right? Oh, all you racist!
What does that look like?
All you racist motherfuckers, get off my planet.
Peter, you shaking your head, huh? What does that
All
look
you
like, nigga? That
racist
boy said he
motherfuckers,
come in a clean house.
get off the planet. You don't look like these people that's been here, that we put here before your ass. Get the fuck. Oh, we don't care if you're
So if
married
they
to them or
wipe out
not.
everybody in the world that
No, no,
don't
no, no.
uh
That don't look like me or you.
well,
That would be fun. That would be funny. That means we starting
damn.
all over again. Now who gonna run to the mountains and start the whole so-called white population all over again? I don't know. But if they do, and they come in here and they see what these non people of color are doing, including some of the people of color. Because think about it. If they coming
That's
here,
that's a serious notion though. Like if you say it if you say it in that way, because you looking at it from different perspectives, like just people being gone like that. You know what I'm saying?
if you really did, I mean, I'm like,
It's a serious
if they,
statement, P. Stand
that
on it,
is,
nigga.
if they come down here, they've been, and I'm like this here. If they come here, that means they've been watching what's been going on for a very, very, very long time, right? That would probably be since the beginning of our time, being able to record, write, scribble, draw, all of that shit. And they probably been sitting up there like, look how they doing the people that look like us. And these people done got so brain warped into killing each other. We got to do something about this. The ones that's killing each other, let's go get them. The ones that's killing them, let's go get them. Right? Scoop them all up and take them out of there.
That boy say
Fuck.
scoop them all up. This man here, you ain't talking about sand, my brother.
Hey, how do you see? If they got the technology, I mean, I'm just saying, bro, what are the possibilities? And if it is really real, which a lot of shit that NASA has said over the course of the years has never fucking happened.
That's what I'm saying. NASA be lying too. I know that, Pete. That's what I'm basing my shit off of. Like,
You know
I
what I'm
know
saying?
NASA be
So
lying. So
I
I'm
want to
listening
use
to
my
them,
wildest
but I'm not about
imagination at
to.
this point.
Well, I mean, you have the right to. You know, they got my dog reading Rainbow in them. You know, the bitch had a magic school bus and she bought them cheering everywhere, bro. You could do what the hell you want. Pete. You already know, though. I
Shrinking them
never take
children
that
down
from
and
you.
making them come out, shrinking them down and putting them in the ruler and sending them out through the tutor. Fuck.
It's the Rogers in there was my dog, man.
Captain
Have you been on
Kangaroo was a
Sesame Street?
motherfucker.
The fuck? There it is. There it is. Kangaroo,
What?
nigga. Sure was. Barney and them. The fuck? Barney kind of
You
weirded me
lost
out.
me
I
with
ain't gonna lie.
Barney. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Barney
lost me
kind of
with
weirded me out.
Barney. I deal with Captain Kangaroo. I deal with Mr. Rogers. I deal with Sesame Street. Uh,
Man, I'm sure that
Reading
after us,
Rainbow.
boy, they loved it fucking Bernie. Bernie was the most popular shit on TV. I know you remember it. You probably wasn't your cup of tea, nigga, but
Fuck
that
no.
nigga did had a run. Bernie had a run, nigga.
Blues Clues and all them motherfuckers. Clifford, Caillou, big head ass.
But see, there was books. Nah, the big red dog, Clifford the Big Red Dog. That was based off of books, though, dog. I'm sure don't know what a fucking book is, do they? They probably do, but they don't think it's meant for what it's.
Nah, they know what they see off the fucking internet now. Everything is the internet. Fuck.
And you see a book, they don't know it's for learning.
I'm like, say, bro, I kid you not, bro. My baby girl.
What this for?
She didn't know how to read, right? This little girl was using the phone and having conversations, just pressing the microphone and speaking and letting Google interpret what she was fucking saying. And this shit was working. What's a mama? And Google would tell her what a mama was, and she'd go back like, well, mama. I'm like, how do you know that Google telling you what a mama is and knowing to go to your mama?
To learn. is
Right, but
willing
I'm
to
saying,
learn, P. Yeah. The
but
children gonna
what I'm
find a
saying
way,
is,
regardless of what's around.
yes,
If
right.
yeah, if you
She
okay,
went
put it
to
like this.
using Google
You
like
was the laptop at one time. The parent
not
was the
no more.
laptop at one time. The
Yeah,
parent
not no
was
more.
okay.
They go
That's what you're
straight to the
seeing.
fucking internet
I'm
now.
not. Yeah, I'm not surprised. A child. That's what a child gonna do, dog. They like sponges, bro. They gonna take up
But
anything
did she
they don't
sponge it
learn,
up?
or in everything they do learn. So yeah, and that would be considered genius in our era because of how we was raised up. But now these kids
Uh huh.
have this. These kids have these tools like it's nothing, dog. Like socks and and drawers, dog. So
Right.
it's the learning process. What since they learning like this, then what are they not learning? What is the f- the minus factor that's coming
Who
out
this?
of them having to learn on
Who
their own
that?
like that?
Mm-hmm.
Choppy
Because
in the building.
they learning from so many different points that it's amazing that they don't crash like a computer because their minds absorbing so much. If like right
They
now,
not.
they're being exposed to way more information than we were exposed to. So us, like you
Yeah, they
said
still don't know how to.
earlier,
They still don't know how to
evolving.
receive it though. It's just a
Right.
bunch of shit.
But
Yeah, they don't know how to
right.
receive it.
And then, so I look at it like this here. By the times and the technology evolving as we age, we're able to adapt to it. They're coming into a time in life where everything is constantly changing day after day after day. Their minds can't sponge all that shit up because it's too much to process versus us who were processing it as it was going. So like I look at my children and I try to see what are they learning, how much they learning, what are they not learning, and I try to get them to learn the stuff like take away some of the electronic shit that you are learning and start going back to the phase of this is what you gotta learn by hand versus using that computer. Because that computer just spit the answer out for you if you ask it the right question versus the question being put in front of you for you to answer. And that's the thing that I think a lot of children is getting messed up on. They not being
Yeah,
forced to
look, P.
learn
I'm gonna tell you
in the
something
old
simple. I'm
age.
gonna tell you something simple. A simple thing that they took from them kids that you could be like, all right, exactly. Reading, writing, right there. Learning how
Reading
to
and writing,
actually
yeah.
learning how to actually write on paper. Create a sentence, make a full paragraph, and make a full essay like the damn Google do when you ask it a question. See, they
Yup.
getting the information in their brain, but they don't know how to do the information no more that the computer is doing for them, which is also a cripple, is also a handicap. P.
Yeah, it's a
That's the
crutch.
shit I'm talking about. It's that shit that I have a problem with. Is not learning different ways. Not saying you saying that what you were saying, but this is what they doing also with these kids. Like
Uh-huh.
it's pushing that in their face, but also taking away from them actually learning skills for when that shit don't work no more. For when the battery
Right.
go out. For when you have to communicate with your family because you need to eat, you know, survival
Right.
skills and stuff like that. Those
Um,
things should still
they don't
be
know how to write letters no more.
important.
Like that's
And
something else
something
that
like
got
that,
lost.
I know I say survival skills, but not getting into too
That
deep, like
is. That
camping.
is
No,
a survival
but
skill.
camping out and shit. But yeah, that exactly. Like just something as simple as learning how to write to send a letter off and shit. Remember, man, these people used to send birds and shit.
Yup.
Niggas
Carry your
used to
pigeons.
nigga had a
Communicating with
horse,
smoke.
nigga ride a horse for 6 months, bitch. That motherfucking
The
to deliver
the
mail,
Pony
dog.
Express.
Pony
Yup.
Express.
Yup.
That was the people on the way. So, as time evolves, I know shit to get better, but if you just put all your eggs in one basket, then it's gonna lead to,
Chaos and
that type of shit.
confusion.
And also crippling the economy too. It's gonna also
Yup.
cripple the economy too. So now you're gonna have it's kind of like like you said, once the shit crash, then what? You're gonna have to fucking start all over. So which people don't mind, especially us as black people, we gonna survive. But it's like You know, why even go through that? Why not keep those essential skills along with learning and evolving with technology?
Chop, what you got, baby, for any other news?
I'm kind of quiet, but it's good with it.
Yeah, we've been at this 45 minutes. He ain't said a peep. You good, brother? We know you got stuff going on. You got anything for any other news? Nigga, is you okay? You don't sound like your usual chipper self.
Shut up. I see y'all talking about this shit.
Stop.
What was going on?
The undocumented workers would come into the office in groups. They would provide them either permits or driver's license illegally. So they will bypass without even taking a test.
How much?
$200 per person.
Up to 5 times a day, she says.
Was this an everyday thing?
Almost, yes.
I first reported on the driver's license fraud investigation in April after getting my hands on one of the state's revocation letters. We learned the transportation cabinet sent more than 1,500 of them in 5 months, telling drivers their license was issued in air and must be returned or they could be criminally charged. At the time, state officials confirmed at least 2 terminations and ongoing state and federal investigations focused on the NIA Center in West Louisville and the E-Town license branch. But they denied all of our records requests, withholding 2,300 documents on the fraud. Mormon's story fills in the blanks.
I found out it may have been going on for a couple of years before it was found out.
We're told it wasn't as simple as people getting state-issued driver's license or permits without taking a test. She says 2 of her colleagues at the NIA Center approached her with a business venture, asking if she wanted to get in on the scheme.
I was asked to bring certain customers in, and they are brought in to me without signing in. And you would scan their documents as usual.
Documents made to look legitimate, like birth certificates and social security cards, according to the letter she wrote to the state. But a key to pulling off the scheme was making sure the required Homeland Security screening was never run.
I start getting these emails saying, are you doing this? Are you doing this? Are you doing this?
And that's where it unraveled. She says those workers were using her login, a password she says her bosses made her share, as all workers at the driver's license branch did not have their own. Mormon was training to be.
Damn.
Damn. That's fucked up, dog. That's real
it.
fucked up. You made me share my password and log in?
I knew it.
Like, how the fuck? How you gonna make me share my password login that you
got
created?
brand new trucks.
So why you just
Niggas got brand new trucks for a loan job, for a grad job. Niggas don't even go cut grad. Niggas working on houses. This shit crazy. Yeah, bro. I mean, hey, man. 20 a head job, at least 5 a day. You know what I'm saying?
200.
That shit like a barber
200
shop.
a head. No, nigga, 200 a head. No,
I think it was 20
200.
a person. She was doing.
Here
we go.
They was doing it for 200 a head, man.
All right, Grandma P. Bro, I think it was $20 a person. Bro. It was 200 a person.
Nigga, it cost 200 a person. Remember, they gotta scan fake documents that, like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm not gonna do nothing like that for no $20.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember,
200 do something better.
fake documents. I gotta. Right, that's what I'm saying, bro. Ain't $20. My fucking driver's license is $20, so ain't no fucking way.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do all that shit for you to get you driver's license. That's $1,000
like
a day.
$1,000 a day. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You see what I'm saying?
That is a lot
And
to put on the
that's
line
only
for $20.
that's the low
But fuck,
end.
you already playing crackhead games. I just assume. Shit.
Yeah.
You already playing yourself cheap, motherfucker. You should have got more than that. Then you got immigrants coming through this bitch. You supposed to get paid. Then I guess she tried to make it look low key or something.
Been getting like 1,200 a person.
See that's what they were
She
doing.
trying to
Think
be low
about
key.
it. I'm gonna charge you two. I'm gonna charge you two in cash
Them niggas
and
got
put
chauffeur
20
license and
in the
everything
register.
chap under that shit. Man. That bitch was hooking
I'm gonna
them
charge you
up.
200 in cash. I'm gonna charge you 200 in cash, and I'm only putting 20 in the register.
Why only illegal immigrants though? Who you was working for? Why you wasn't hooking your people up like that? Was it
they know
a
niggas
Migo
snitch.
that had the job, or was that a black lady who had the job? I don't know. Just by looking at her, I'm not going to assume who was doing the scamming. I'm just asking. It definitely was a woman though. I'm definitely sure it was a woman though.
Yeah, you don't find too many
It do
men
say
working
black
in the
woman.
DMV.
It does say black woman.
Yeah,
It
she
does
was
say black
fired
woman, so
because she exposed it. She
You
was
sure she
only
wasn't
fired
it?
because she got fired
all
because she
black
was
women don't do
exposing
nothing
that
wrong,
shit.
fella.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's the one that went to her with the plane. It had to be some black girls coming to her with the plane. Look, bitch, we could get some money off these Migos. We could charge us 200 a head. And I'm telling you how that shit sounded too. I know how that shit sound.
This woman, they fired this woman for exposing her black coworker or her Mexican coworker, y'all. What y'all think?
Her black coworkers. I know it was the black coworker that got exposed. Because no Mexican bitch, she would have been doing that shit for free.
Nah, the Mexican.
I don't know. I disagree
don't
with
know.
that, P. I was with you until you say it for free.
Yeah, nah, them bitches. I believe they was fake.
Them Mexican hoes know how to get that money here, but they ain't playing. It's a sticky situation, fellas. What y'all think about how they give such a problem of the people actually speaking out about this type of behavior, and then you find out that it's actually going on, This is supposed to be make believe, y'all. This is not supposed to be happening.
Even though I don't like the real.
I'm kind of confused as to why they got mad at her when you made her share the username and password that you created for her with other people. You made her share that. Why did they not have their own login information? You see what I'm saying? So now turning around, you see the same login on 3 different fucking computers in the office, and like she said, y'all made me share this login information, so you can't even come back at me and say none of this shit. Because guaranteed, her register came up to what it was supposed to be. You see what I'm saying? No, man. Ain't nobody. And then why? Look, if I was guilty, why would I go to the media and make it seem like, I wasn't a part of it? You know what I'm saying? If anything, fuck, I'm going to try to be quiet about the shit as quiet as possible because I don't want to get implicated. But again, you made me share my username and password. So there's got to be some reference to that in the email. And I guarantee that girl probably got that fucking email showing that shit. For the same people she worked for to decline the interview or the request of the documents, which is a matter of public records, by the way.
So, but is you hating on Migo though, chap? Because they got their shit this way. Is we hating on Migo and them for getting their shit the way they got it?
No, that's not hating. That just is.
No.
No, it's a question.
No, I'm gonna tell you like this here. It was cheaper for us to do it the way we fucking did it.
Just say no, that's not hate.
I'm just being gutter. We say, bro, it didn't cost us $200 to do that.
Y'all using my login.
Yeah. No, that was
Like,
totally,
you know,
yeah,
if
that
they
was
could,
like I
if she,
said, that
if
part right
she,
there.
if she made a deal like with them, it was like, well, yeah, I think I could use my shit. It wasn't that.
Who is
Y'all
the
knew
other
what that was
bitch?
doing.
I
Y'all
want
was
to know
using
the
her
other
shit
bitch.
and wasn't telling it so it could go on her, not on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that other bitch, bro? That was a
I
cold
ain't gonna
bitch,
lie,
boy.
now don't get me
And then she
wrong.
said,
I do
"Yo,
get,
so it's
I
more than that
understand
lady.
the
It must
fact
have
of
was a
the Mexican
conglomerate with that doing that bullshit."
whatever, because you know you gotta really get your way in, but it's like bitch, just do it the legal way.
Why not, Auntie?
Just do it the legal way. It's not like it's not available to you. You just wanna go around it.
Motherfucker, something else, though.
The bitches throw numbers off. They throw the population numbers off.
Yes. Because remember a while back when we did an
They
episode,
do.
the police was charging them people with speeding and giving them tickets as white folks.
Uh-oh.
I know y'all remember that. So how many of them driver's
Fucking right.
licenses? How many of them driver's licenses that you issued? Since they saying they found 2,300 cases of the fraud, how many of them 2,300 said that those people were white? Because remember, you created fake documentation with birth certificates and social security cards, so everything looks authentic. That way, the Bureau of Transportation don't suspect nothing, right? But then you gotta scan that information in. So all of these fake documents that y'all have scanned in, how many of those documentations said that these people were white, knowing that they are of Latino, Spanish American, or Latino, Spanish, Mexican,
Latino descent, like you're saying, yeah.
yeah. How many of them were of actually that descent, but labeled as white? Now we got another problem on our hand, like Chop State. That goes against the numbers game. Now you got more people registered as white that's not white. So if they get to again, since we living in since we living in a time where you can be whatever you want, when I go get my next driver's license renewal, I'm gonna put
Literally.
white on my shit. What's your ethnicity?
I'm gonna put tree on my shit.
Since we get to claim whatever we want to be instead of who we are,
I'm gonna
claim to be white. I identify as white.
I want to identify as a fresh pair of Jordans, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I identify as a millionaire, the president of the United States. My name is Donald J. Trump. Fuck. We get to identify as what we want to be. I want to be rich. I want to be president. Fuck.
I identify myself as Abraham Lincoln sitting on that dumbass step.
On the real, huh, bro?
God damn it. God damn it. I am him, as they say.
Nothing like that lady claiming to be he, she, they, them. She, him, they, them.
Here we go, B. Don't bring them. Say, bro, when you call them people, bro, you know what happens, bro.
I'm just saying, she get to get away with that.
Gray.
Well, it is kind of cloudy outside right now.
Yeah, see, so you just,
it is kind of cloudy outside right now.
Just lay that up, John Stockton. Just lay that up. Just lay that up right quick. Get them little points and dip out. Get back on defense.
Shit.
Man. Shit crazy though.
You got anything else, Chop, bro? You know you got some shit lined up waiting. We just waiting. I know you got something else. Oh, you down bad, nigga. You got something else. Oh, okay. I got a question. What you did okay, so you saw the red dress run, right? You knew about it. What you think about what was going on with the red dress run?
I think this shit gay, son. I ain't gonna lie, like I don't
So all them so-called G's off the street with download H's on a low.
The G's.
Possibly for me.
Yeah, like notice what I say.
All them niggas is
The
out
so-called
there. Don't
G's
leave them
off the
niggas out.
street
Man, don't
is
leave them Q dogs and them out, nigga. Them the ones who was really trying to play it off like that shit was supposed to be fashion. It's something to do. Like they was trying to make that shit masculine, dog. Like they was really trying to make it seem like I could still do this type of shit. It was all kind of niggas out there, including the Pokes.
that was the mad
They the
populace
ones
of
really
them
made it
motherfuckers.
popular.
Once they got involved in it, and all that
Drop
to
my
see
tulip
that it's
boy,
a
but that
charity.
story about that girl who found out her whole man went to New Orleans. She didn't know he just took a trip. So he probably usually do this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Go places and shit or whatever. He said, "Oh yeah, my bad. I ain't tell you." He said, "Here goes some pictures from the thing. This nigga in a full gown, nigga, with the slit down the middle, with his muscles down like he Hulk Hogan and shit." The girl said, "Nigga, what the fuck?" and posted this shit online and said, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, that's the one.
Nah,
Shit.
this for nigga said, nah, this for a charity and shit. This is a charity event. You supposed to wear the dress for you to get the money to the charity event. That's just how they sound in my head trying to explain that shit, y'all.
Ain't no. Now the breast cancer shit, I could see niggas might wear
the charity event.
The
like
pink,
that.
the pink and white, but not no full dress.
You wearing a pink thong though, or a pink gown? I think that was a problem. Like when they tried to make you wear a certain thing, not just a certain color, chap. That was like a certain a certain attire. That's
dress thing was why was the police just allowing them to fight, not arrest them?
The police wasn't nowhere nearby.
No.
The police were not nearby, bro.
It wasn't like they were supposed to be.
The niggas had a whole
not like they were supposed to be.
They had a whole fight in the Chevron parking lot right there by the police.
Yeah, they always be posted up right there too.
Right there. The police was in the parking lot with them. They let them dudes fight. They ain't take nobody to jail.
There it is. There you go.
Oh shit. Let's look at it. We probably gonna see. So let's see the body cam footage of that shit.
Why y'all letting them fucking dudes fight like that? If y'all know if there was a DJ or something with regular heterosexual men out there enjoying themselves with the women, the beat, the drinking and shit, and some shit happened, the whole thing gets shut down. They so anxious that something gonna happen, they get scared and shut our shit down.
Not taking into account that same shit happened at these so-called white events.
So-called any fucking event, bro, when people don't know how to fucking act, dog.
Or get too much
liquor. People don't know how
in
to act, they need supervision. Right? When shit gets bigger and bigger too. We talked about this, huh, people? When shit get bigger and bigger, you're going to need more security to control what's going on and where it's going and how it's going and all that shit, man.
Security.
That event got bigger and bigger, man, because of whatever the fuck. But to say this, it just shows they doing my favorite word again. Negligence. Y'all still twiddling y'all thumbs, NOPD. They found out your cheese that had rolled over somebody before and all this shit. Man, look. Bruh, I think people just going to work and just going through the motions, especially, people who is in charge of shit, y'all. And you can see it, like, ain't no way they was supposed to let the people be out there like that without trying to clear the way and clear the area and all that shit like they usually would do when some shit barely happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I didn't seen
Making
them
my
come
way
through though. That's what I'm
downtown,
saying.
walking around.
Like different fights on different streets, all in the same area around this same event. Nah, man, the people would have cut up. Man, they would have act like they need a SWAT and shit out there.
Yeah, to fucking push their ass out that shit.
The smoke grenades and everything. If a nigga start acting crazy, man. All of them, come on, Pete. All of them got on red dresses and shit, fighting the power. What the fuck is we doing? That's New Orleans,
Making
bro.
my
That's not
way
New Orleans. That's another
downtown,
thing I want to talk
walking
about.
around, wearing a red gown.
That's not us neither, bro. We are way more than that. People. We got a lot more to offer. You know what I'm saying? Me and my people been doing this shit for a minute. I don't think there's no conversation that we can't have with any fucking body at this point. We done came with so much shit
On the real.
to where we should be able to relate, sit back and talk and have, real solid
Having a real discussion. A real fucking
conversation
discussion.
coming from down here, though. Just coming from down here. Not what you think, but what you, hey, man. I think we're a good representation of that. But fuck them, you hear me? Like Soldier Simp said.
Not just that. They out there wearing them fucking girl dresses and really went to buckets.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Yeah, fuck them. I ain't worrying about them. Man. They gonna let them do what they want anyway. That's billions of goddamn dollars.
I wonder how much money really got made off of
how
that
people
shit.
from out of town be looking at New Orleans. They think that's us. Like, they think regular niggas do that shit because it's cool. B. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Exactly.
And if you ever think a regular nigga gonna do some shit like that because it's cool, you sadly mistaken.
Man, I'm giving to the charity, you hear me? You know,
I could give to the charity and not have to wear a fucking dress. How about that?
Look, nigga. When you wear the dress, you give to the charity. I don't understand how you don't understand that, man.
I don't think none of them motherfuckers understand that goddamn shit.
You be trying to get out that corner, boy.
Then you don't want nobody. But then, then you know the most fucked up thing? Then they get mad when you tell them, nigga, that was the gayest shit I've ever seen in my motherfucking life. Man, there ain't nothing homosexual about me. Bitch, you wore a dress. What you mean?
You told him about this. Did you mention the other dude with the skirt? The dude had the skirt on?
Oh, no, I ain't telling about that.
With a swinging. Was on the same thing, chap. You seen that shit? The little dude online got the rocking the skirt, jean skirt.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, bro. We talked.
Standing on the side of the car, pulling like a little teenager. Nigga, just because you, yeah, like I said, niggas be trying to be prettier than the women nowadays. What the fuck?
I ain't know where you was about to go with that. With P, I ain't gonna lie, I braced myself with it.
These niggas out here with this dumbass shit.
It is, bro. It's
going
too far.
Standing on side,
trying to
like you looking for some fucking body. What kind of image you trying to project? That you could be a thug? That you could be a gay thugger?
Do they understand the image versus, you going against the grain, and making a statement? You see what I'm saying, Pete? Like what is the line of that when it comes to manipulation? I'm trying to understand that, bro. You could be led to believe something is your fucking idea.
Yeah, you the one did it. What? Nigga, I ain't say shit. yeah, but no, nigga. See, I think that's the other thing. They do shit for clout and attention, like as if we don't already have enough attention on our motherfucking backs. You know what I'm saying? The eyes of the world are already on us as so-called black men, not just here in this country, but all over the fucking world. Why put
it's a
more
very crazy
than
perception. It is.
yeah. So why
It's
even
a love hate perception too, which makes it
why
even
it's
weirder.
how do you turn around and say ain't nothing gay about me, but then you wore a dress?
Because
How does
it's
that work?
closed. So some people call that shit cross dressing. I mean, if you're gonna say it like that, it's gonna be easy. They'll chew that shit up. You gotta come with a deeper point and detail of what you mean by that. Like wearing the dress. Is you saying that's something other than just wearing a dress? You saying it's psychological? You saying it's physical? You saying they've been through something? You see what I'm saying, P? That what
Yeah,
they gonna hit your ass with if you just say it like that.
that is true. That is true. So in my mind, if you're gonna come with
Mm-hmm.
those type of questions, then be able to answer my questions when I come back at. So if you were going through something, or if something happened to you, or if you feel like this is just a cultural statement that you want to make,
That's what you
why
gotta ask them.
not?
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if
You
they
just
come,
saying
like
you said put a dress on. That's what you said. If you put a dress on, why not think you gay? I'm saying that people might have a quick, you see what I'm saying, rebuttal for that, and they would use those, examples that I gave, basically. You see what I'm saying? Now? I'm not the one telling you that I
yeah,
did
yeah.
all that. I'm the person saying
What
that,
if
hey,
they come
these
at
people
me?
might come at you with that. Yeah, because you just said you wear a dress. Some people believe in cross dressing. What you think about cross dresses then?
Still gay in my eyesight.
So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you don't just make sure but just make
Fuck,
sure you don't steer off
I could
from
dress up as a
your
pimp for
your
Halloween. That don't make me a pimp, but people will see that. Hey, this nigga think he pimping. Like, I'm just saying.
I think that's right. That's yeah. Hey man,
I,
it's
I
all kind
mean,
of
you
ways,
are
bro. People look at
because
that
look at
shit.
it. In today's time,
Cause the
you
pimp
are
point
what you
helping
project.
they shit.
The nigga might have been pimping them little dudes. Like, you get your bitch ass out there and go put that fucking skirt on, bitch. Go take these fucking pictures.
Damn.
You see
Don't
what
say
I'm
it like
saying?
So
that.
that's like an inner pimp. Like he really want to be one. Huh, Chop? You felt that too, Chop? He was this nigga. Wait, he done went into.
He
That
done
nigga done
changed
went
his
to his
list
alter
and
ego. You
everything.
heard that
See,
shit?
think
This nigga,
about it. Yeah, think
you
about
got
it.
a pimp in
So,
you.
so
I was
look,
talking
that's what I'm
about
saying.
putting
So,
clothes on, P. See how far you went? I was
okay,
talking about
so,
putting clothes
well,
on.
okay, so I'm
You
at,
put a whole nother
okay, so,
person in you just now.
all
You was a
right then. But what I'm saying
you
is,
was Pimp
what if
P.
them other niggas was being pimped? Bitch, go put them fucking clothes on like I told you and go take them goddamn pictures.
Well, I guess you gotta play the role. But some people, like I'm saying,
Ah.
some people just want to put the
So if I'm
clothes
a,
on, but you still missing the point. Listen, some people just want to put the clothes on. What you say to them
then what
people,
does
you
that
keep jumping over
know?
that.
You gay. You fucking gay. You want to put
Okay,
on a dress, nigga? I know only
stay right
one
there. Then. That's
sex
all I'm
of
saying.
people who
Stay
put on a
there.
fucking dress, and that's women, nigga.
So don't come
A
up
woman put
with
on
no
a
other
dress is a
scenarios.
woman.
Then, nigga, stay right there. Then
No, I'm saying,
stay Eagle
that's what I'm
claws right
saying.
up in there. Then
Motherfucking woman
you
put
were
on a
talking about
dress, so you
pimps and
want to
shit.
be a
You
woman
just
now?
turned into a pimp in front of our
I'm
eyes.
just saying, I
And
know.
you
I said it. What if? What if them niggas was being pimped out? They still gay? Cause you letting a nigga tell you go put a motherfucking dress on.
Dang. Mm-hmm. Y'all heard it here first, people.
I can't see nobody telling Chop, you owe me, nigga, go put that fucking dress on. I can't see that shit. Man, you got me fucked up. I'm not gonna put no fucking dress on. Not for charity, not for none of that shit. You can keep your money. I don't give a fuck.
Nigga, you ain't
That's
representing the brotherhood or the Sigma Phi Zeta. My
so.
bad. That was not bad.
Look, so you go represent whatever you want. I ain't representing no dresses. Fuck. My dress code is pants, t-shirts, and button downs, not blouses.
Some things what I'm saying. Some people just be in the stuff together, P, and they go out there and they do crazy stuff together, though. Like put on red dresses as masculine men.
And I will call you inflaming.
And then say they not gay. That's what they do.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
That's what they claim.
Straight
They
people,
kill your
straight
bitch,
people see that. If
you say they ain't.
Nigga, you gay.
And nigga say, I don't care.
Nigga, you gay. You out there fighting punks and shit for what? What are you? Now think about it. What's the only reason that you would see people like that?
Yeah, that shit
right?
crazy.
That's crazy. You out here fighting with punks. What are you fighting the punks behind if you supposed to just be out here for a charitable event? Okay, yeah, you wearing a dress. How did you wind up getting into a fight with a punk?
What if you wearing shorts out there and you got your red shorts on in your shirt?
That's okay. Now, depending on what kind of shorts it is, because they had some niggas out there in hoochie daddy shorts trying to be masculine, but you still look gay because you got on hoochie daddy shorts.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
So there's a requirement.
Leg muscles and all that shit.
Out there. It's a certain type of shorts you.
Yeah, your shorts gotta be fitted, but they can't be that fucking tight, bitch. Don't nobody want to see what your ass cheeks and prints look like, nigga. That's fucking gay.
Of course not.
Shit.
The naked run, bro. Of course not.
Oh, we don't even want to talk about that
But
shit.
how did? But that's what
asshole on bicycle seats, put that shit on people's table.
But let's go back to the red shorts, right? What if they basketball shorts and the t-shirt that don't make him gay?
Okay. So look,
at the event,
when if you or I was to wear basketball shorts, they would be what? Kind of loose fitting, right?
No, I'm not.
Not tight
there.
enough.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No,
like
I'm just saying,
event.
like, if they
it's
not,
the red. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's
Yeah,
festival and you
I
just
wouldn't
trying
have-
to give away, how you know a nigga with a red wife beater and red basketball shorts ain't gay out there?
that would be still kind of
the
weird.
Nigga who got a dress on with muscles and shit.
But see, that's the fucked up part about that. Because while, like I was telling you, when we went up there for my son's birthday, we took him to the movies at Canal Place, bro. And we was standing by the Shake Shack on the corner of Canal and I think that's St. Peter's. Two of them dudes that was involved in the red dress run, they literally had on matching fucking outfits.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Matching.
Stay away from.
They had the red shorts on, white t-shirt, and they had the logo on it with the red dress. You know, the logo for the red dress run on the middle of their t-shirt. But they had on the exact same clothing. So I could look at you and say, I could look at you and see that y'all out here dressed as a couple. Both of you niggas is muscular as a motherfucker and not a woman in sight. So y'all out there as a fucking couple, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all walking too close together to say y'all not an item. You know what I'm saying?
Like, though. That's what I'm saying. The whole optics of it, bro. It would.
That's what that's why I'm trying to paint the picture for you so you can see what I thought. They both had on the same shorts, same shoes, shirt with the hat, glasses. I'm like, what
Xavier
the fuck?
Xavier right now, nigga.
Oh, Professor Xavier.
Yeah, nigga. I'm in cerebral right now. What the fuck? I've been so this shit. I'm why I'm asking certain questions, because I'm like, well, damn, bro, these people really that made this out of something that is actually not, and I think it actually became more of a, lettuce community event now, more than what it was actually meant for in the first beginning. That's why I asked the question that I asked.
Exactly.
I think,
like
personally, I think if you even show up to that shit, whatever you got on with the red, right? You could be suspect for playing.
Exactly. Now look, I'm gonna tell you, when they first started that shit down there,
it's like showing up at a pride parade or something. It's like, yeah, bro, you
Bro, I
okay? Yeah, you
kid you
probably
not. When
out
they
here
first
and
when they
whatever, but
first started that shit
nah,
down
you
here,
you
it
can't
was
get mad
white
if
men
somebody
and
say, well,
women.
yeah, I saw around at the property, nigga, you was there, and people get on your ass about that because you got to
Yeah,
admit your ass was at the
you was there.
motherfucking parade. So yeah, so that's all I'm saying, bro. It's the perception versus what's really true, but at the same time, knowing who your people is and minding your business and staying with your circle, right? It's important too.
Fact. All right, Chop. Roll that beautiful bean footage, baby. What you got next? And
They say the
Frank.
Holocaust pictures are all fake.
About the Russian liberating Auschwitz, and there's never any snow, and the snow was honestly that high, and so I have some connection with the Russian embassy, and I was there once, and I said, something puzzles me. Those photos are fakes because there's no snow. And they said, well, yes, they are not fakes, but when the army came, they didn't have cameras, they didn't photograph. So only
I know y'all want to talk about that little spot she just said. He said they didn't even have cameras at the time. So where all this beautiful being footage came from?
Artistry, paint, and canvas.
Yeah, we could date back motion picture, fellas. Y'all already know your dog be on that type of time. Remember I was telling y'all about the those Jewish families that got together, the creation of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it started with cartoons, so having this type of footage was definitely at the time frame it was supposed to be. So, yeah, basically, this technology was already available for people who had money, of course, but yeah, they were able to capture images long before this time, long before the Holocaust happened.
Right. And for her to say that they ain't had no snow, what the fuck you mean? So how much it is actually fake news.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
So if
leading
she's
to
saying
too.
all that, that means the Holocaust wasn't real. If you really want to dial it down to brass tacks, the Holocaust wasn't real.
That's what they were saying.
So that means all the hundreds of millions and millions of dollars that they pay to Holocaust victims yearly in this country is money that we need to be demanding come back to pay for reparation for the hundreds of years of slavery.
Well, I don't want it off of those. I just want them to say that ours existed too. Then, if we gonna find out that theirs are fake, right? I want my back. I want my back.
I want my back paid
for what it is, though, right? I want tell us that you lied in a lot of this genocide that happened to people happened here in the Americas as well, dog. Like this is crazy work. And Frank, they even now. I'm glad y'all brought this up because now they have people that say that Anne Frank is not even a real character. They got people that say that too. So by them saying that Anne Frank's sister says this, you know what I'm saying? All that's tied into actually knowing what the history is of what's really going on with that shit. These people is good at it, nigga, and I'm saying propaganda and shit is cool, bro. Hitler and shit. Y'all ever heard about the Hitler shit with the so-called interviews? I don't know if they real or not. The speeches, I meant to say.
Yeah.
Nah, I've heard.
Saying that these people stole this from these people that these black people basically, and they faking the funk and this and that. They not really this. They not really that. And uh, he was so sad a part of that people. His whole thing was that he was upset at his own people for not standing up and being proud of who they actually were, not who they were pretending to be. And that's
Right.
when he went along. He didn't create the Aryan Nation either.
No.
Me and Chop talked about that shit about a
Couple of
while
months
back.
ago.
I remember you talking about that
Yeah.
shit. Well, not. I'm talking about specifically creating that Aryan shit. Like that's some cult shit too. Like that shit.
Yeah, that was
That shit
something
go
that he
deep,
didn't
fella.
create.
So yeah, people over here too was already, setting up shop over here too. Remember, these people who they showing you. Remember, all of them wasn't captured in camps. Some of them made it out. Some of them got rich. Some of them made good deals with people where they could make business moves for their people that got caught up in this Holocaust. So whether it happened or it didn't happen, remember a lot of the big wigs who come out of this so-say Holocaust are running countries and running big businesses and corporations that's doing a lot of the shit that they said that they people went through. So that's another big thing too, chat. You hear me, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Going along with this Israel Pakistani war and all that. Come on, they should know better, right? Look, the Holocaust, huh?
They should.
But y'all won't fight though. Look, you see how hard y'all won't fight though? What y'all fight so hard for? What's wrong? What y'all hide? So, I just be looking at that shit like that too, dog. That shit crazy.
Now you know something else though. You know they came out with these language translating earbuds, right? People are now saying that when you listen to the Hitler speeches through the language translating earbuds, everything that the U.S. government was saying that he was saying was a lie. Because the stuff he was saying, and they was, saying that when
I
you go
think that's
back
what
and listen to
I'm
it with
talking
that,
about. Yeah,
that's how you
the
found out that the
translator.
American government was lying about what they said he was saying. And it was never about going to war with America. That was America just saying that and using what he was saying in the speeches as justification to start a war. And that would pretty much be the same thing as what we've heard as far as the attack on Pearl Harbor and all that. Like, how do we know that what you're saying they said is real? How do we know you're not lying? So now having language translation headphones and stuff like that, since y'all want to come up with the technology to give us that, now we have the determination to decipher what's really being said. Do y'all remember back in the day, in the 80s, when they used to have these United Nation meetings? They used to broadcast that shit on television, and the people from the American would be, the people from America would be telling you what they said. Well, how do we know that what you were saying or so-called interpreting was what those people were actually fucking saying? Because they could have been saying to the American people, but not being able to say it in our language, but in their language, that y'all people, the American government is lying to y'all that, this, that, and the other, the third, blah, 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 blah. What if we could go back and listen to some of them United Nations speeches with all 140 countries getting up and saying what they
Try to
had to
catch a
say to
lot
the
of shit.
American? You'll catch so many inconsistencies and fucking lies that it will probably blow your fucking head up. That's how much we've been fucking lied to. And that's the reason why we keep going to war with countries that really we shouldn't be going to war with. Because you're being lied to.
I mean, we ain't at war, man. Everybody act like they scared us. Remember, we go help everybody else do war. I'm sorry, say what? Yeah, we go to Ukraine. Yeah, we go to Afghanistan. We go to Iraq.
Iraq. The Iraqi war was one of the biggest
We go to
known scams.
We go to a little bit of Vietnam. Yeah.
North Korea.
Only much
All
later,
kind of fuckery.
and they realized we should have pictures of it. They took pictures like you see now, but this is definitely not in Auschwitz and not the liberation of Auschwitz. There were not that many people with clothes and children and no snow.
No snow. Why is there no snow?
Because the place where she was at and the snowy place, huh?
They probably wanted to make it seem like them pictures. They probably wanted to make it seem like them people was taking pictures out there. Oh, put these jackets on. It's probably summertime like a motherfucker when they took them pictures. Put these jackets on because we're trying to paint an image right quick. The power of the mind. Yeah, boy.
The power of the motherfucking tongue, though.
Well, I mean, the tongue can only speak what comes from the mind. Yeah.
All right, I could show you a picture. Look, I could show you that same picture, but I could tell you that was something totally different, or I could tell you exactly what the fuck it really was.
Facts. Yeah, Disney.
With my what, P? By showing you that same picture, and I'm talking about to hundreds and thousands of people, though, at one time. That's all I'm saying. Like that's how that shit go, though. That's how they able to manipulate so many good people at one time, though. They'll show you the shit, and you could see it for yourself by how they telling it to you and how they presenting it. Is going to be perceived to you in your head a certain way. Most people, majority, because this is the thought process to believe them. And once you got somebody hooked like that, like that's why I said, but that's why I said about that cult shit, bro. That's how they run. That's how a lot of this shit run that shit. They run that shit like a cult, though. Like cult mentality, like it's all tied into that shit. That's why it's so easy for them to do all the shit at the same fucking time. But they say they use bees as a metaphor, hive mentality. We all think of the same thing at the same time. So is everybody doing that for some fucked up shit? You see what I'm saying? That's some scary shit, fella. That's that shit scares me, dog. Like how much fucked up shit people believe versus what's actually going on.
Damn, I didn't even know my phone was ringing. Okay. That's all you had for any other news, Chop?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, folks, we about to get right on into it. And it is Malcolm's
somebody
Passing.
cutting up in the scene. Who was in the building?
What was
As your background, Pete?
Was it an accident? I don't know. Yeah, that is.
Yeah, boy. They talking louder than you. That's why I'm telling you.
They always. And they in a whole nother room, so I know what you hearing. Shit, they loud as
but that's
fuck.
what I'm trying to tell you. They ain't gonna. you ain't gonna be.
Well, I really can't really hear because I got these earbuds in my ear. Yeah. But let me see. Oh, here it is. All right, so I went on ahead and took the liberty. This video's kind of lengthy, but I just wanted to get the good parts in first, and I'll probably cut it after that. But it's got some very detailed information. This is. Wait, is this mine or is this yours? I think it's mine. But it gives some more detailed about the untimely passing of Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. And I really take this kind of information.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about the controversy, but it just gives a little more detail into what I think other celebrities were alluding to with Malcolm before he passed. So I hope this is the right one because I don't have them labeled. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it playing, and we'll decipher from there.
A bombshell that changes everything about Malcolm Jamal Warner's death. He said Malcolm didn't drown in Costa Rica. He was eliminated for refusing to sell his soul to Hollywood.
If I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face. I think I was very fortunate coming out the gate with Cosby, which put me in a position where, and because I've always had a good team around me, I've always been in a position where I've had the luxury of being meticulous about the kind of roles that I choose.
This same Dave Chappelle, who ran to Africa without telling his own family because they were coming for him too. Now he's back, and he's exposing exactly how they took out the Cosby Show star. Dave broke his silence after months of staying quiet. He said he couldn't watch them lie about Malcolm anymore. The official story about drowning was a cover-up. Malcolm was eliminated for saying no to the wrong people. According to Dave, Malcolm got the same call every successful Black actor gets. The call where they offer you everything, money, fame, movie deals, but you have to give them your soul in return. Malcolm said no. That decision cost him his life. Dave knows exactly what that call sounds like. He knows the voices on the other end. He knows the promises they make and the threats that come when you refuse. He lived through it. Malcolm didn't.
Our deceived might bring them to the surface and give the emergency respirations right there in the water on the surface. Onto that,
I want everybody to start paying attention at this point.
Immediately began CPR.
Malcolm Jamal Warner wasn't just a celebrity. He was thoughtful, grounded, and strategic about the roles he played. In one of his final interviews, Malcolm talked openly about staying true to his values. He credited his son teaching him longevity in the entertainment world, how to survive the highs and the lows without selling your soul. He said it clearly, "I've never had to take a role that compromised my soul." A place like Hollywood, where image is everything, loyalty is often traded for
pixelated, man. We trying to listen to it, Pete, but it's playing bad, bro.
When he refused the Netflix deal, is the same thing that happened with Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? And so having him refusing that
whatever you
deal,
were saying, you just jumped on. Whatever you were saying, you just jumped on. So I only heard the last
half
sentence.
of it. Okay,
the last
so
sentence of what you said, and your video was playing pixelated, so we couldn't understand what they were saying either. Some of it, but the majority of it, we couldn't make it out. It started getting worse.
Oh, okay. What I was saying was Dave Chappelle was basically alluding to the same thing that happened with him is the same thing that happened with Malcolm Jamal Warner. You know, he refused a big time deal, and then all of a sudden, when he refused that deal, that's when that incident took place off the coast of Costa Rica.
And
now,
and that's what they were saying, that Dave Chappelle was alluding to this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That Dave tried to warn, and they also said it was also being right. And so what Dave Chappelle was saying was, when he found out about it, he tried to warn Malcolm about it and let him know, hey, bro, you're gonna have to leave. You know, and later on in the same video, they talk about when he took the trip to Costa Rica. Well, I found it in another video, but I didn't take it because the guy was talking too much over it.
He told him to leave.
Yeah, he told him he's gonna have to hide. You have to, you know, you gotta get out the spotlight now. Until this shit, because Dave did the same thing. They wind up talking about that later in the video, and like you said, my video was playing messed up. So what wind up happening was Dave was letting them know, you know, you have to wind up doing the same thing I did, because Dave when he turned down the Comedy Central deal, he left without telling
Yeah, I
his
remember the Comedy
family
Central joint.
anything.
Yeah, I remember that. So he's saying
Right.
basically
So
something
he's
something big
saying
was must have
that was
so
the
something
fact that
big
he
was
was.
coming up for Malcolm, and they knew it,
He
but
tried to
he
warn Malcolm to
turned
get
it
out of there
down.
before
And yeah, so by turning them
he was
down,
letting
it probably
Malcolm know
wasn't
that.
good for him. Yeah,
Right.
so he should
It marked it.
so he should leave or whatever. So what did they say this on in an interview or something? P. He tweeted this or talking about Dave Chappelle because
true to
he
his values.
some of the shit
He
sometimes he
credited
put
his
the shit
mother
in
for
his
teaching him longevity in the entertainment
in his
world,
jokes.
how to survive the highs and the lows without selling your soul. He said it clearly. I've never had to take a
Okay. Yeah. Trying to make sure my audio back on right quick. My earbuds got cut off by mistake. Wait, shoot. It's not on. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm coming back.
Shit, I think there's a lot of shit that people ain't really paying attention to, man. Shit. Get my audio back. It's all speculation though on my shit. There's a controversy behind it. People be having their opinions. I ain't no Dave Chappelle said all that shit though.
Yeah,
That's why I'm trying to see. Yeah,
yeah,
back.
Dave had a lot to say. Yeah, so Dave had a lot to say, man,
So he
and
said that
not only
did he say that on stage? That's what my question was. Where he said is that? That's what I
well,
was asking.
well, it wasn't on stage. It was like he, the people who he used to get his
Giving an
statements out, like
example.
his PR people.
Or it's like third person hearsay.
Yeah, he, he might have called a media outlet that he could
They
trust.
saying that's what they saying.
Yeah, no, he like what they're saying is he called a specific media outlet person that he could trust to tell what he said about the
I
situation.
hope they're right, brother. Because
Yeah.
if a lot of times, bro, shit like that, bro, people them bitches should get sued, bro. The whole fucking company if that shit ain't true, bro. Let me say that shit.
Right. So, but the other thing is like,
That's
they were
why it's
saying
controversy.
TMZ.
Controversy sells, though.
Yes. And so they said there was one other video I found said that TMZ was out there recording. I mean, he landed in Costa Rica, and when he got off the plane, there were like a group of people, like 4 other people that got off the plane with him, and the way that they were around him, it wasn't like they were with him. It was like they were there to watch him. You see what I'm saying? The mysterious figures hanging back in the distance, but they keep it close enough to where they can watch any and everything around you, including you. And also in the same video that they were talking about was the person that was supposed to been and went to the beach with him. Why is his name being kept out of the media if he was able? Now, mind you, the original story that came out, and I know you remember me saying this, was that him and his daughter got swept out in the current, but she was able to be saved, but he wasn't. But then other media outlets report from eyewitness testimony that said the daughter never went in the water. So how is it possible that one media outlet reported that the daughter went in the water with him and he went to try to save her? They got her to safety but wasn't able to get him to safety. But if he was going to save his daughter, then how was it possible that he was able to save her but not himself as well? You see what I'm saying? That scenario didn't add up. So now they come back with another scenario saying, "Oh, she never went in the water. He went in the water by himself." And eyewitness testimony from that says that he went down, he surfaced, he came back up, and he, like he was swimming, and then he went down and never came back up again. I said, so here's the thing about that. What if the him going up and him going down was him trying to fight off somebody that was trying to pull him under in a scuba suit? You see what I'm saying? What if that's the scenario? What if it really was somebody pulling to drown him, and it didn't look like he was drowning because of the way he was going up and down? But what if it really was somebody pulling him underwater? And the last time they actually got him, and then once he died, that's when they let him go to float on to the surface. And how is it possible that you trying to resuscitate somebody for 45 minutes and you can't get him back? That's a lie in itself. 45 minutes of CPR and you can't get this person back? That to say
Long time.
yeah,
Be on
yeah,
the nigga chest.
right? And to be breathing
That
oxygen
dude,
and
that dude shows
pumping
me
the heart.
effort too. You know, like
Yeah, we're gonna
the longer you do something, it sounds like the more you try to help. I guess.
right.
If you
But
would have
who's to
if you
say
would have
that you
said 2
really were
minutes,
trying?
I'd have been like, yeah, them niggas didn't give a shit.
Right, but
You said
45
45.
minutes, 45
Yeah,
minutes
that's
of
damn near an
CPR, and you
hour.
telling me you couldn't get him back? How long was he under before anybody noticed? Right? How far out did the surfers have the people who supposedly the surfers who put him on the surfboard and brought him back to shore? How long was he out in the water before they
That's
got
a
to
good
him?
question
And
too.
then here's the other fucking
You
part.
gotta make
If
your
they're not
clipboard,
supposed
right? You
to
gotta
be
put your people out. You gotta X people out. You know. So
right, so then
ambulance,
this the
y'all
other
X
thing.
out.
Then you got to ask yourself this: why were there no lifeguards out there at the beach? Especially
Yeah, they
if this
said it
is an
was,
area.
but then they said it
No,
wasn't.
no,
So
no. This particular video I'm talking
they
about, they
did.
said that they reported that there were no lifeguards at the beach.
You know how to know, but you know how the news rock, bitch. I'm trying to tell you,
Right,
bitch.
that's
You know
true.
how the news
So,
rock. It's not coming from me.
so,
You act like I'm. Hey, bro,
but that's what I'm
I'm just the
saying. So, if there were
messenger.
no lifeguards at the beach, why were there people out there surfing? And if they had people out there
That's
surfing, then there should have been lifeguards on duty. So, something is contradicting itself in the whole grand scheme of things. There's all kinds of contradiction going on right there with that story alone. Because the man said, "Oh yeah, the people put him on a surfboard, and while he was
by
on the
people
surfboard, they
not
were trying
knowing
to."
that he was gone like that, or they already knew everything was going on, right?
Right,
It
that's what
wasn't
I'm
like it was a
saying.
surprise he was gone, right? It was a
No, they
rescue
knew.
mission, right? Right, it was a
So-called
rescue
rescue
mission,
mission.
correct? I'm just it's bad here, good, bro. You got it.
So-called rescue mission.
Bad.
But I
I don't
did,
know what happened. We couldn't agree to that, and now one of us was out there though.
right. We could only ascertain as to the information given and make logical conclusions like Mr. Spock. That
Yeah,
is
that's why it's called
illogical.
controversy. You know,
That is
that's why it's called
illogical.
controversy. You know what I'm saying? You could have, you know.
I wonder if I could
I
send
used to
that to
play
child.
the game Clue. You hear me? That was my shit.
Oh boy. You see?
It
Can
was
I send
Mr.
it?
Wilkins with the motherfucking knife in the dining room. Get his ass out of here.
Which one was yours? Jaguar, right? Was it 3 minutes
Yeah,
or was it 9?
the one from you supposed to have that one already. That's supposed to
I
be over.
got it, but I'm trying to see. I got one that's like 9 minutes. I think that's the no, that's not the one with that. I think so. I'm not sure.
Oh, you
I'm
got
gonna
two
play
with
two.
her on it?
But bro, I think this one is the one that you got, but I'm not sure because this thing done scrambled the videos around. All right, I'm gonna play this one and see if this it.
Uh,
Oh no, that's not it. That's not it. That was the one for your in other news. So no, I'm looking at it now. This it here. I got it.
yeah.
I got it. This it here.
Yeah, you
This it
thinking
here. You
about it while
see?
you looking at it. That's why I laughed.
I grew up on the #1 television show in the freaking world.
You know, he had that new podcast coming out.
Everyone, welcome to our first episode of Nah.
I think this is it. Shout out to
Yeah, that's it. Jaguar right.
Sasha, this is what I got this from.
But I think
She just gonna basically give some good insights on what's going on.
Okay.
Plus speaking on some of the stuff Jag was talking about.
All right, go ahead and grab a seat because this tea right here is wild. So, remember Malcolm Jamal's tragic death that was reported as a drowning? Well, according to Jaguar Wright, there's way more to the story than what the media is letting on. Because Jaguar Wright is alleging that Malcolm's drink was spiked on the beach and led into the water by some powerful folks who were trailing him. And it gets even crazier, y'all. Jaguar says Malcolm knew he was being followed, and apparently there's a voice note from his wife warning him about it. But here's the kicker. Jaguar claims the feds are now hiding his phone because of that voice note. For context, the entertainment world and fans were stunned when news broke that Malcolm Jamal had passed away after reportedly drowning on a beach while on vacation in Costa Rica. The news of his death stunned the internet, and it didn't take long before major news outlets began reporting that Malcolm was at the beach swimming with his daughter. And tragically, he drowned while trying to save her. Now here's where things start to get a little suspicious because a lot of folks just weren't buying the whole Malcolm drowned while trying to save his daughter story. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Malcolm Jamal wasn't just any Hollywood figure. He had a rep for being cool-headed, disciplined, and one of the few principled men in the industry. He was law-abiding, didn't take shortcuts, and wasn't afraid to speak out, especially when it came to calling out the dark side of Hollywood and criticizing the agenda of men in dresses. So the idea that he, of all people, would randomly take his daughter swimming at a beach in Costa Rica that's known for deadly riptides, barely any funding, and lifeguards that are all volunteers, yeah, that wasn't sitting right with a lot of people. The math just wasn't mathing. Now, fast forward a few days later, and the Costa Rican Judicial Investigation Department released a statement which reads that Mr. Warner was playing with his daughter at the seashore at one point. He then left her out of the water, and he and a friend of his entered the sea. It was at that moment that they were swept away by the current, and the friend managed to get out. However, Mr. Warner was unable to get out and was pulled out by several people on the beach. He received care from Red Cross officials, but was pronounced dead at the scene. But here's where things get even more.
You like what I'm saying? Were they able? How did he get swept? And all those people who supposedly went and saved him didn't get swept up too. Don't add up. He just
Eyebrow raising. This new statement from the Costa Rican authorities is now claiming that Malcolm was actually pulled from the water by several people who were already on the beach. And get this, there just happened to be not one, not two, but 3 tourists who were doctors right there at the scene. Now here's the twist. They reportedly managed to save the other men who nearly drowned, but somehow none of them were able to save Malcolm and him.
That are deceiving.
Mike Geist helps run a volunteer lifeguard organization here. He says while no lifeguards were on duty that day, Geist's friend, who happens to be a trained lifeguard, was there to surf and discovered Warner unresponsive in the water.
You know, the first thing that they do is they bring him to the surface and give the emergency respirations. Right there in the water on the surfboard. And when he didn't respond to that, my friend rapidly took him into the beach and they immediately began CPR.
And y'all, as expected, this whole thing raised a lot of eyebrows, but it didn't take long before Jaguar Wright stepped into the chat and gave her 2 cents on the situation surrounding Malcolm Jamal's death. From the conflicting reports to the suspicious detail that he was the only one who didn't make it, despite being super fit and known to be a strong swimmer, Jaguar had questions, and you questions. And you, sis, came with the smoke. What she said has people looking at this whole situation very differently. According to an inside source, Jaguar Wright is making some serious claims about what happened to Malcom Jamal. And y'all, it's chilling. Jaguar is saying this wasn't just some tragic accident. She believes Malcom was unalived and that the beach was the perfect setup for it to go down. Jaguar alleges that Malcom was at the beach with his daughter while his wife stayed back at the hotel, meaning there was no one around to watch his back. Jaguar claims his drink was spiked with something that caused hallucinations, and once it kicked in, he was led into the water and left to drown. She's standing firm on the fact that Malcom was in great shape and a solid swimmer, so there's just no way he would have drowned unless something was done to him first. Phew! Jaguar Wright isn't stopping there, y'all. She's now claiming that Malcom Jamal had been followed for a long time before his death. According to her, there were even break-ins at his home, and while things shifted a bit after he reported it to the cops, Malcom still felt like someone was watching him. That's why, Jaguar says, his wife always had his back. But here's the chilling part. On the day he died, his wife just so happened to be in the hotel room while Malcom was on the beach with their daughter. Coincidence? Jaguar doesn't think so. And it doesn't end there. Jaguar Wright is now allegedly calling on Costa Rican authorities to release Malcom Jamal's phone to the family because, get this, when his body and belongings were returned, his phone was missing. Not only that, but Jaguar also claims that his wife's phone was stolen. The whole situation is starting to feel more and more like a cover-up, and people are demanding answers. Now Jaguar Wright is also claiming that the last voicemail on Malcolm's phone was from his wife, warning him that she saw some strange faces staring up at their hotel balcony. According to Jaguar, Malcolm's wife immediately sent him a voice note telling him to be careful because something felt off. But here's where it gets even messier. Jaguar says the fact that both Malcolm's and his wife's phones went missing isn't just some random coincidence. Nope, she's convinced this was a strategic move by some powerful people trying to cover up what went down. She believes they're twisting the narrative, putting out conflicting reports, and doing everything they can to make sure Malcolm's wife never gets justice. And honestly, with all these inconsistencies, it's not hard to see why folks are raising questions. But the question is, who wants Malcom dead? And why did they want him gone so bad? They had to trail him to his holiday destination in Costa Rica. Well, Malcom is not your regular black actor. He has on many instances refused to wear the dress, stood up against any form of humiliation ritual, and has decided to remain active in Hollywood on his own terms.
You don't necessarily want to a black boy. What you want to do is you want to love him so divinely. You want to love him so fiercely that your disappointment will kill him. You want to adore him so much that the last thing he wants to do is disappoint you. Like, that's how the album opens. So this is an album.
Let's not also forget his podcast, Not All Hood, where he didn't hold back. Malcom regularly spoke out about how Hollywood and the media lump all black people into the same tired box, recycling the same damaging stereotypes over and over again.
And the reason for the title is combating the narrative of black life, black culture that the media focuses on. And
that we're all one thing.
Yeah, and the whole concept is, we're not all hood. The black community is not a monolith. There's so many levels and lanes to the black community, and we wanted to have a space where we could acknowledge, discuss all of those lanes, because they're so varied in terms of our perspectives and our opinions and our ways of life, and we wanted to be able to have a place where we can talk about all of them.
Malcom also had some very real things to say about modern hip-hop. He openly criticized how toxic and destructive the genre had become, calling out the misogyny, the glorification of violence, and the lack of emotional accountability.
Unfortunately, the success of hip-hop is predicated upon being anti-black. The messages in hip-hop that get the exposure are misogyny, murder, and disrespect of fellow black people.
He wasn't trying to hate. He was calling for healing, for growth, for the community to do better. But of course, that's exactly the kind of message major record labels want to bury. Because let's face it, they make millions off division, dysfunction, and chaos in the culture. Jaguar Wright is exposing the cover-up in the death of Malcom Jamal, had fans talking, and they left comments saying, "Who is it? I never believed that hogwash from the beginning, that he drowned. In my opinion, someone did something to him and placed him in that ocean PBP. Kinda sick how he was getting random phone calls and threats. He was named named after Malcolm X, and the same thing happened to him before he was murdered. Seems like they have a playbook. They took a page from Malcolm X's murder sick. If the guy who went in the water with Malcolm was a doctor, he could have given him a shot which rendered him unconscious, so he was not able to swim and save himself. So, do you think Malcolm Jamal drowned, or do you think someone somewhere had him unalived and made it to look like he drowned like Jaguar Wright alleges? Let me know what you think in the comments.
All right. Okay. If you do think about all that or whatever y'all took from that, please do me a favor while y'all thinking about what y'all gonna say. Don't forget about the daughter. Don't forget about the daughter.
We'll let you go first, baby. Okay. All right. So this is what I got to say, and it does, go back to what
Your audio sound in the back.
audio any better?
No.
Damn. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to look at that.
You're breaking up real bad. All I hear is mumbling, bro.
Same thing.
Yep. All I heard was "thing." I know what you're trying to say.
And different settings to see if it's gonna prove it. But no. Do the same thing. No. So a lot of the people that's reporting basically the same thing that I was saying before.
Can't understand what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
All right. How about now?
That's better.
All right. So, a lot of people are basically reporting the same thing and looking at the situation the same way I've been looking at the situation. There are too many inconsistencies in the story that is being spread by the media about the situation that just don't seem to set right with what actually happened. You can't have two people to go in the water, one drowns and the other one doesn't. You can't have a story where he's allegedly going to save his daughter and then turn around and have another set of stories that says his daughter never went in the water. First of all, I really don't believe that he went in the water leaving his unattended daughter on a beach at 8 years old. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not the type of person to take my child to the beach, regardless of however many people may be out there, and take my child to the beach and leave my child unattended while I go take a dip in the damn water. You see what I'm saying? That just doesn't sound right. So while his daughter may have been at the beach, is it plausible that something else was happening that made him go into the water? You see what I'm saying? Like, the situation is kind of predicated on what was his sole reason for going in the water. Nobody really knows that, right? So we just gotta go with what we're being told and try to make a really logical conclusion or really logical uh, assumption based on the facts given. There are too many inconsistencies in all of these different stories that's being told. You're not telling us who the other person was that was supposedly saved from drowning. There's a person who was a trained lifeguard that was out there surfing that was on scene. And how is it possible that someone is drowning and you were able to save them from drowning, put them back up on the surfboard, get them to surface, and you still weren't able to save them? Like, if you were able, and I've seen movies where a person was drowning and they dive down in the water and they get them and they bring them back up to the surfboard and they start doing the CPR on them, or at least the breath resuscitation while on the surfboard, you know. But the other problem is, if you saw all of that happening, how is it possible that you didn't have enough in you to breathe enough breath in this man's body to get the water out of the lungs or to get his heart beating again and so on and so forth? Because you could only be underwater for only so long, right? So how long was he underwater? Why isn't nobody saying that part? You know, when the person was, oh, we was out to water, we was in the water and we were out there roughly 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, well, 5 minutes of no oxygen, that's enough to consider drowning, right? But your body and your brain can survive longer, as we're finding out with the way modern technology is saying, that your brain can survive longer than 5 minutes without oxygen. So, what are we being told here? And how much of it is true? You know, that's my thoughts on it. And it really just dials back down to, like you be saying, bro, straight uninterrupted negligence.
Shit sound like it's contagious.
Yeah, that's all I had to say on that, bro. You know, I don't know if Chop here, so
Yeah, that's all I had.
You know,
Yeah, Chop will say something on it.
he might be experiencing technical difficulties. Yeah. But definitely, I you know, for all of the, you know, literally from Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Jaguar Wright, as well as a host of other celebrities that are, you know.
And that's what I wanted to say too. I'm glad you brought her name. You know, I don't second or condone what Jack White does and none of that. I just brought that up because that what the conversation was about, the title actually about controversy. So when I saw that the girl was explaining what Jaguar was saying about the man's actual death, I want to bring that up just to show people that all this could be said, you know, at the same time, you know. But remember, y'all, just like me and P were just talking about that, when I asked him that, was he out there? She can't say that neither. But you do give people credit for actually doing their own research and their own investigations if this is the case. So that said, that's why I presented it, because I want to show somebody who actually had an actual controversy about it, and they and they fully thought the shit out. You can actually get a good idea of what it looked like, and also you could actually hear what the people was talking about from the evidence that they so claim to have about the actual incident. Yeah, if you like I said, that's all I
Fact. And I want to give a
bring
shout out
forward
to
with
all
that.
the
So
people and
just
news
just
media outlets
just
that
be
we was
just
able
be
to
mindful,
interview.
people. Use your
You know,
brain. Be simpler than you think.
I want to acknowledge all of the news media outlets that gave coverage on this, albeit y'all reporting is kind of sketchy. We still have to give you acknowledgments based on the fact that you are bringing information to the people. And like I said, maybe on the sketchy side, because y'all getting the information and y'all putting y'all own spin on it, and we just take what
Yeah,
y'all
we be
say.
having to decipher y'all shit. But I appreciate y'all for thinking we stupid, I guess, because you helping us out. You been telling us what you think, so appreciate you.
So, with that being said, Chop, you got anything you want to add, bro? No?
And y'all pretty much covered everything. Adding wise, I'm gonna say this. People don't think that death threats come when you get money. In whatever shape or form. Plus, they don't. A lot of people don't believe that it be information that those people get on certain levels that people don't want to get out. It just is what it is. But, I don't know if people understand how big the secret keeping business is. So, that plus, they don't want you to know things. Anybody, if we go all the way back to like the mall and shit like that, like they don't want people that can get people riled up or get enough of people riled up to where it's a thing now, because it's 30,000 people out there versus 3,000 people or some shit like that. But other than that, I didn't know Dave Chappelle said so much stuff either. And that helps, but still puts Chappelle at risk for some shit too. Yeah, I think that's a lot of that.
You heard it here on Blunt Talk NOLA. These are our thoughts and logical presumption, I guess you could say, because this is all what we're presuming. We're not saying that it's finite science, but this is just our thoughts on the situations as we bring them to you. Check us out again next week for whatever my brother is going to bring. In other news, thank you to our listeners. Shout out to DD504. All our other listeners on the rebroadcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody. And remember, I'll put the link in the comments for you to jump up on stage if you want to drop your piece. And tell us what you think about the situation as we're talking about it. That's it. Just be aware of your surroundings. Keep an eye on who's around you, because you never know. If you might cross the wrong people, they might be trying to set you up. Don't wear dresses if you don't want to be called a gay. Sorry about that to the people in the LGBTQ community. It is what it is, or it is what you make it.
That's how they. But look, listen. By you saying that, that's gonna make them want to wear it even more.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I think about you at that point.
Which is you look at that shit. Like you did something wrong.
But definitely, people, do your research. Look into these situations. Analyze the data that you're being given, and look at what's being said, and try to decipher, or as my brother be saying, use your discernment and find out where the negligence lies. So, with that being said, I must let y'all know I am P. Dot on the spot.
Sorry, Charles.
Chop tracks in the build.
And we all, once again, Blunt Talk NOLA, and we out this motherfucker.
Peace.
Peace out, people.